Well, the beginning of this was the fact that both Kimberly and I came to Germany very conscious of our German roots. And so we had the chance to go to some of these tiny little towns in Germany, mostly in Hesse and Niedersachsen, and meet with some of our relatives.
What we're going to do, you're going to fly in to the airport, and then we're going to go to Darmstadt, and that's our first meeting.
The artist to Darmstadt, that's
Oh, the father. His father.
We go there.
Okay.
Colnrade, his family. You can look. One child of him died in 1844. His wife died in 1849.
Okay. We're going to meet some of my cousins.
You're going to meet your cousins. We're going to tour the inside of the castle. We're going to walk around the little downtown. There's 1,100 inhabitants, and at least 13 of them are your relatives.
You have all been so gracious and generous and wonderful, and Herzlich Willkommen is more than a slogan, I can tell, in this family.
Yes.
So I want to thank you very much.
It was amazing because of the way that they embraced us as family. It was, you know, you suddenly meet a long lost relative that you didn't know existed. And so there's both a warmth and a wonder that comes with that.
I think the other moment for you was when we came into Reiskirchen, which is
Right.
where your great-grandfather and great-great-grandfather all grew up, and your mother's name is Lansbach. And there was this woman who came up to us, and she had kind of a vest on, and she pulled back the vest, and there she was, Lansbach. And
Yes.
that was a whoa kind of a moment.
Big hug.
Ah, Lansbach. Yes.
I know.
Ja,
Familia?
Familie.
But then all of a sudden, when you meet somebody with your mother's maiden name, I was so surprised and so excited when I saw them.
And then from my standpoint, when we went into the little town of Colnrade, which I think has 800 people, and first of all, we had no idea that Strasberg was a family name, but Kimberly's cousin Grant was able to trace that, and this would be from my grandfather's side of the family, starting with Tangemann, and there was a Strasberg marriage in there, and meeting the Strasbergs and seeing people my father's age, for instance, the woman who we were dealing with, her father, in the house where one of the great-greats actually grew up. That was pretty extraordinary.
And that's my father.
Oh my goodness, wow.
Yeah.
Small face, no?
Yeah. And then we went to a church, and of course, my dad's a minister, my grandfather's a minister, and having all the people at the church gather together, the choir, to sing American spiritual gospel songs for us as a family was incredibly moving. And then I met a Tangemann, and I'll tell you what, from the profile, the shape of her nose and everything was totally, you could have said she's definitely related to my father's. You can say there's 65 million Americans with German heritage, and it's one of those big numbers that just goes over your head, you know? But to actually see it and touch it and have a connection with it, and then to go to Bremerhaven and that extraordinary museum that they have up there that really makes you, as you walk through it and the exhibits and the displays, makes you feel what it must have been like to get on this ship and to walk out into a strange land with people bustling around and try to start a new life when you don't even know the language. That has an impact, and I think that made a real impression.
Germans left Bremerhaven, went through New York mostly, jumped on trains, got out of the cities because New York was packed already in the middle of the 19th century, and took the trains to where they ended. And where they ended was like places like Ohio and Iowa. And there they built communities.
In the United States, we have our problems. Clearly, there are issues regarding immigration, but fundamentally, we seem to have created the secret sauce that allows people to emigrate to the United States, feel at a very short period of time fully American, and yet maintain a sense of their ethnic pride and their ethnic and cultural heritage. And I think that's something that maybe Germany can learn from in reverse about this process.
Because you realize the deep connections that the two countries have. And actually, if there's one thing we can bring back with us when we go back to America, is how important it is to understand where you come from.
You'll have to come to Berlin and visit us while we're still there.
That's a good idea. We'll come with the bus.
Bring a bus. We'll do a big, we'll come to the embassy. We'll have, It'll be a lot of fun.